I'm very much honored to be invited for this inspiring conference. Today, my talk, so there is no topic. The topic is the engineering capacity building in Ethiopia. And so with the topic, I'm going to talk about my experience in Ethiopia. Let me begin the next. Oops, this is the title of my talk, Engineering Capacity Building in Ethiopia. I want to begin my talk by clarifying my identity. I was born and raised in Korea, South. And then and 5 years ago, I moved to Ethiopia, and now I'm living in Ethiopia with the program named the Engineering Capacity Building Program of Ethiopia. The main reason the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia government invited me and recruited me as the president of Adama Science Technology University is to share my experience in Korea, the fast developed country in short time. So this is the picture, 1964, Korea. And after 40 years, this is the change. Let me show you another picture. This is Han River. This is the river crossing the Seoul city. And this is the, after 40 years, let's change it in this view. So in just 40 years, the Korea from the war-stricken and one of the poorest countries in the world to become a modern, prosperous country. And as I said, Ethiopia wants me to these kind of transformation happen in Ethiopia. Ethiopia is a very peaceful country, and also it's a long history. The kingdom was established 3,000 years ago. And also the Ethiopia, I was told that the first Christianity country in the world, even before Rome and Italy. And also Ethiopian people say we are all Ethiopians because Lucy was found in Ethiopia. Unfortunately, in recent history, Ethiopia has gone through some difficulties, like starting from 1975, for 15 years, the country was in the civil war. And so we all remember in 1985, Ethiopia was introduced in the world starving country. And in 1990, the present regime, the present government took over the power. In the last 25 years, this Ethiopia really strived to make a change, to develop the country from war-stricken, and very similar to Korean situation. So the Ethiopia government vigorously they they have economic development plan, 5-year program, and already first phase has passed, and now they are in the second phase. Presently, GDP per capita in Ethiopia is $677 US, and agriculture employment is 80%. So that means Ethiopia is still the agro-based economy and farming country, farmers' country. Manufacturing in GDP is merely 7%. This Ethiopia now set up a goal to become a middle-income country by 2025. So they have growth and transformation plan. As I already explained, this is the second phase of GTP. They want to develop an economy and industry based on the engineering capacity building. And their goal is by 2025, GDP per capita is $2,128 US, and agriculture employment less than 50%, and manufacturing in GDP, as I said, presently is 7%, but their goal is to make 17%. As I said, I was scouted from Ethiopia with this engineering capacity building program. Ethiopia is now trying very hard. They invest a lot in education, especially higher education, especially in engineering education. So they invited me to run Adama Science and Technology University, which is located in the city Adama, 100 kilometers southeast from Addis Ababa, the capital city of Ethiopia. This university is one of two science and technology universities established in Ethiopia 5 years ago. And also, in addition, 2 years ago, the government decided to move these two science technology university from Ministry of Education to Ministry of Science Technology to give a special attention and the special support. Since then, this Adama Science Technology University now has only engineering schools and the natural science school, and School of Applied Natural Science, School of Civil Engineering and Architecture, School of Electrical Engineering and Computing, School of Mechanical, Chemical, and Materials Engineering. And also we have two divisions, Division of Liberal Arts and Social Science. They don't have any students, but they have teachers to teach these engineering and the science students on the common subjects. And also in the first year, we teach common courses. By the way, when I joined the university and the Ministry of Education, the curriculum was uniform. Still, curriculum is uniform throughout the universities. They have 34 national universities. So I claimed, you named the Science Technology University, but you just enforce us to teach the same curriculum. It doesn't make sense. And so that's why the government decided 2 years ago, they changed it from Ministry of Education to Ministry of Science and Technology. So we have our own curriculum. And in the first year, we are teaching basic science and basic technology like computing and the IT technologies. So we have also division of freshman program. We have 7,794 students, including 392 postgraduate students. We have 630 academic staff members, including 66 expatriate staff members, majority from India. Last 5 years, I attempted to make a change this university to become a model science technology university in Ethiopia. Among those number of attempts, I just want to explain these four things, moving from Ministry of Education to Ministry of Science and Technology, and the establishment of Material Science and Engineering program, and also upgrade this ICT center, and also establishment of research park. The first is the reformation of Science Technology University. The governance system of higher education in Ethiopia is that under Ministry of Education, there are 34 national universities and also 96 private universities and colleges. Let me just point out an interesting the aspect of this Ethiopian policy. For those 34 national universities, students, all of those students are tuition free, dormitory free, cafeteria free. And that's what I said, determination of Ethiopian government for education, especially for higher education. As I said, 2 years ago, two science technology universities, one is us and the other is Addis Ababa Science Technology University, moved away from this Ministry of Education and the Ministry of Science Technology. And under special law, in other words, that they made an amendment of a higher education proclamation, mainly to give special support. This is one of the things I introduced. As I said, the Ethiopian government invited me to benchmark Korea. And this is one that Korea did early time in development stage. In 1971, they established CAETS, this Korea Advanced Institute of Science Technology, under Ministry of Education. All the other universities were in the under Ministry of Science Technology, but all the other universities in Ministry of Education. So I introduced this idea to Ethiopia, and it's very. I was happy that they accept this proposal. And the second, the Material Science and Engineering program. When I visited Ethiopia for the first time, I saw that there is no university teaching materials science and engineering in undergraduate curriculum, in undergraduate programs. So I proposed to establish this materials science and engineering program, mainly for two reasons. One is that as I said, materials science and engineering program is one of the fundamental engineering discipline that most of the countries they teach the students. And the other reason was that I wanted to establish an international standard program so that other programs can follow and can see what is the international standard program look like. And it was very fortunate under the auspices of Korean government, with Pohang University of Science Technology, we were able to obtain Korean ODA project. And so with the project, the post-tech brought their curriculum, and also they provided teachers to teach our students following their curriculum. And also they established these international standard laboratories, so all students can learn this laboratory, the practice from the very early years of their study, and also well-equipped library and computer rooms. So this was the, as I said, I'm using this program as a benchmarking model program for our university. Other programs to follow. Next, KOICA ICT Center. The present situation of our university, our students cannot afford textbooks for their subjects. So we prepared copies of textbooks in the library. By the way, in our university, we have 6 libraries because that our students live within the campus 24 hours, and our dormitory is not good enough for our students to study in the room. So they all come to the library, picked up the textbook and study, and then put it back, and they go back to their dormitory. And what I tried was to use this modern ICT technology so that our students can apply this ICT in their learning, the practice, like e-courses, e-learning, and so we, with this project, KOICA ICT project, by the way, KOICA means Korea International Cooperation Agency. And we were fortunate to have this project, $5 million project, to refurbish and to upgrade our ICT center. And this e-studio, we are developing now 203 e-courses. And also we have one smart classroom. It's linked with the e-studio, and also it is capable of video conferencing. This project is being carried out in cooperation with Dongwoo University in Busan, Korea, so that all these the equipment and all those the work, and the more importantly, through this Dongwoo University, using this CAETS project, they are training our staff members to utilize, to sustain this the system. And also I said we are developing 203 e-courses in collaboration with Dongwoo University staff members. Next to the research park, I introduced this research park. This is the first one in Ethiopia, and still it is under construction. 22 million US dollars. This time it's not from Korea, but it is from Ethiopian government budget. And so this also shows the Ethiopian government's intention to transform their country through the higher education, through science technology development. The reason I brought this research park was that to use this research park, I want to start the university industry link. And also the other reason is that I want to use this research park incubating small and micro enterprises. And right now we are using one of our old the buildings, and we have already started, but these new complex is under construction, as I said earlier, and it started last summer, and also it will finish it next year summer. So when it is done, I'm going to put these 5 centers of excellence in this research complex: satellite technology and remote sensing, pharmaceutical science, advanced materials science and engineering, water resources and irrigation, advanced manufacturing. So you may be surprised why Ethiopia would be interested in this modern technology. But their main interest is not just a little bit of improving, gradual improving, but they want to transform their country by this capacity building and to become one of the leading country someday in the future. And so that's why now I want to conclude my talk by throwing what can academies of engineering and engineers do for Ethiopia. Money, it's a good, yes. So we can use. As I said, I introduced already 2 projects. One ODA, it's about $3 million US dollars project, and the CAETS ICT Project $5 million US dollars. But money is not the main issue. These projects I brought was because using that money, we can transfer this Korean technology, this Korean experience to our university. That was my main purpose. Without it, just bring money and building up some facilities is not going to help much. And another example, well, it seems like I ran out of time, so I'll just show This is this year's, this fiscal year's budget in Ethiopia, 13 billion US dollars. Among these 13.1% is allocated for these 34 national universities. For our university, we received 65 million US dollars, and that's 1/200 of total budget. So that's the kind of determination of the country. So that's why I said money is not the primary issue here. This morning, I think the prominent speakers already set up the tone. Mr. Amir Dosal, he explained the UN goal, creating peace and prosperity for people and the planet through partnerships. That's the message I want to give. And also, this morning, I was told that Dr. Dame Dowling, in the last year's CAETS meeting in India, she already emphasized capacity building for engineering education in Africa. This is what Ethiopia needs, and I'm sure other African countries have the same feeling. And also, Her Excellency Dr. Amena Guri-Fakem, she also emphasized this morning the importance of higher education for science technology in Africa. So I think, as I said, they set the tone very well, that the message I want to give from my 5 years experience in Ethiopia. Knowledge, experience sharing for engineering capacity building is what Ethiopia needs. So thank you very much.